All right, we're live now.
Hmm?
Uh, we're on.
No, what? Doing it right now?
It's on,
Oh, I know.
and they can hear us this time.
Oh, it's not.
Hey, let me get one of them. Let me get one of them. How much are they?
Oh, like, hold on, 1999.
I left mine at the house. Oh, I didn't. I got it.
Okay, you got it. Damn.
All right.
Hey, overachiever. All right, there. All right, now both of them in there. All right. So we're leaning in like, hey, how you doing?
Ow.
Stop that. Sorry about that. All right, you ready?
That was my eardrum.
That was my ear.
Are you ready?
Yep, let's do this. Oh, wait. So we already starting now on this one.
No, well, we're going to do it pretty much the same time. Let me make sure they can hear us.
But we're not going to start, since this video, we're going to start doing an announcement now. And like,
Well, yeah, we got to do the announcements on the podcast too. Like always, Denver.
well, I mean, I'm just saying, you kind of just, oh man. Sorry, I'm trying to get some viewers on here. All right, there we go.
All right.
Sorry, like always.
All right. Oh, now we got the technical difficulties up here. Holy shit. All right. How you doing today, folks? I'm Jeremiah.
My name is Denver Stanley, a.k.a. Denvy, a.k.a. Token.
All right. So, as normal, we're going to start off with the announcements. Do you want to take them this time?
Bro, I'll take it. No, I'll take it the last part. Cause I'm very excited for this episode today. Because we do something new today.
We are. So,
I am very excited.
The announcements, we're going to actually keep the same. Listen on your platform, whether now YouTube, thanks to Denver putting fire under my ass, and then YouTube fucking.
Put you in your hands.
I don't know what to do with them.
Let's put them down. Calm down. It's fine.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too, but I'm not doing like airplane signals and shit. Like, calm down. Announcement, bro. Get back to it.
So, like and follow. Give us a bunch of stars. Tell us where you're from. Tell us where you're listening from. What platform you're listening on, which is going to be kind of easy because it's the platform you're commenting on.
Yep.
I realized that after I said it. It's okay. So, with that being said, as usual, we're going to have, now we've actually got some comments coming, hey, this is what y'all needed, YouTube. Oh, we got people on here already. How about that?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. So, so Denver, go ahead and tell them what we're getting into today.
Well,
all right. With that being,
I will slap you. You do this every time.
Bro, I'm super excited right now.
Is this about the whole black jokes on that Dollar General? You still a little butthurt about that?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I got searched.
I got the KY in the car.
I got searched.
You be all right. You live.
Because.
You still got searched in where?
She told me to empty my pockets. There was things in my pockets that didn't need to be.
I think searching more than there was in their pockets.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's digging a little deep. But anyway, we're actually doing something new today. We're actually doing a live podcast today on YouTube. So anyone that's listening to us on Anchor, Spotify, check us out on Tailboard Talk on YouTube now. We're going live whenever we make an episode. We was at first going to do once a week episode, but we got a little crazy with it and do like maybe 2 episodes per day when we're on shift. We're gonna try.
Yeah. Hold on. I got to
doing this shit.
I gotta step in there for a minute. So
yes. Try to cut me off. The shit getting old.
Get used to it. So
I ain't.
So we do this on shift, but we also do it in our spare time on shift. So it's not like we're out neglecting the community to do this. All right, go ahead.
Unless you call 911 for a toe pain, you have to wait.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
My toe been hurt for 3 weeks, and all of a sudden called at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I won't go to the hospital.
Yeah, it's like it started hurting the other morning.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, yeah, we actually starting something different today. We're actually starting a new live stream, and I hope we don't go a little too far ahead. You know me, my jokes, but hopefully YouTube don't shut us down on the first day on going live stream. So, topic for today.
I did put it on there. It's not for children.
We might have fixed that later on.
It says not for children.
Oh, okay. So we good. Oh, this is for adults. So only adults can see this, like 18 and up.
Well, it's not marketed towards children. I didn't put an age restriction on it.
Well,
But
if there's a lot of things shut down, we know why.
Then we'll put an age restriction on.
So, so anyway, don't get like the little the circle with the cross with the X on there, and we ain't got that big yet. We ain't got that big yet. So anyway, dude, we like trying to do things at once.
She said that's a good idea. What's a good idea? Tell us.
Topic.
What is the topic?
The topic for today is fire calls versus EMS calls, the good and the bad.
That's something that a lot of people have actually been trying to get us to gear more towards the fire side of things versus like the just regular talk we do. When we're at work, we don't hardly talk about fire stuff. I mean, It has its time, it has its place, but it's like more times than not, we are more so talking about like what's going on in the world today, what's going on, hell, all the bad stuff that's happened, all the good stuff that's happened.
Unless we get in the call and then back in the fire truck and say that call fucked up.
Oh yeah, we'll talk shit the whole way back.
Oh yeah,
but by the time we get back, we've done got our true feelings out about it, and we're
also eating nasty shit. And
then we're back to talking about what song artist is better.
Yeah, R. Kelly.
I will pee all over your leg.
He did. So you said it now, right? He don't see nothing wrong. They did, but he didn't see nothing wrong.
He's about to get a human booster shot from a man named Duke.
He about to get his fucking COVID-19 shot in the rear. Deep. All of it. Just inside. Just pow. No lube. Just right up in there. Anyway. All right. Anyway.
So with that being said,
let's talk about some fire calls, like calls we had in the past, like, we can talk about freely.
Well, do you rather medical calls or fire calls?
I'm down with whatever, dude.
Well, now when we say fire calls, we also mean like car accidents, rescues, stuff like that.
Gas hazards.
That's been a big one here lately.
Yeah, people don't have, like, people getting crazy with the gas prices.
Everything from liquid propane to just
ethanol,
regular gasoline, ethanol, diesel. I mean, it has, the sky is the limit.
Hey, I might get a damn gas hazard car in a few minutes. Like, somebody blow that damn boat up.
Oh, don't say that. That ain't good.
No, I mean, I want it to happen. I'm just saying, like, we see a big ass mushroom cloud down the road. We know what time it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Time to go to work.
I'm gonna go listen to like, I got marshmallows.
But no, so I'm more towards like, I don't like the bullshit calls. The bullshit calls are the ones that's like the middle of the night, they've been hurting for 3 days and then finally decide to call in the middle of the night.
Yeah, yeah, or somebody will wait to call you 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning for a damn car lock.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going? Why are you looking for your keys at 4 in the morning?
It's like, good and well, these people don't go to work that early in the morning. It's like, could it not wait until we got here?
Like, you never heard of spare keys? Like, it just, why?
It's like the lady the other day, her spare keys was in the car. It's like, what's the use of that?
What the main use key?
Right?
Like, what
spare key? That's to be put in a different place.
I'll still kind of confused about her tactics on this. Like, what her strategy? Yeah. I think she might have too much LSD or something. She did her eye people was kind of be like, you found my keys? I'm like, what the fuck?
Scratchy.
She ain't scratching me. But besides that, we also have our DS calls. Like, I'm not saying like, chest pain, because those are pretty serious. But like I said, toe pain.
Well, everything's an emergency to somebody.
Yeah, but you gonna call 911 at 2 in the morning because your eye itching. You want to go then to a trauma hospital, or you have toothache at 4 in the morning, and all of a sudden you want to then drive 30 miles out of the district to go take them to the hospital and for nothing to do. Come on now.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Taste some ibuprofen and shut the fuck up.
I'll give you that. That one right there.
I mean, we're not down to anybody on call because that's what we do. I mean,
yeah, it's literally, if it wasn't for people having the worst day of their life, we would not have a paycheck.
Now the gunshot call, yeah, we gonna haul that for that one.
Oh yeah.
Chest pain call, you can learn.
We had a car accident here. Without getting into any of the gruesome details, we had a car accident where an individual was split open pretty good on his brain housing group, and
I can see what he's thinking.
Quite literally,
he was not headstrong that day.
And When we got there, myself and Denver was on the truck. I got out, I grabbed the hoses and I grabbed the tools. Denver grabbed the pump. We ran up there and immediately got to work. We knew what each other was about to do. It worked like clockwork. The only thing was I did not have my safety glasses, which I normally have on me. I have my sunglasses that are safety rated.
But thank God for that PD was there.
I looked over and
she had a spare.
This lady was standing there. She was police officer or sheriff's deputy. However, I think the proper term for them is sheriff's deputy.
Deputy. We're not gonna say the names, but yes.
No. We're not saying any names. And I looked over at her, and I didn't know her name until a couple of weeks ago.
I didn't know she was on my Facebook till I looked. I'm like, oh, son.
Right. And I looked over at her, and I was like, hey, are those prescription glasses? And she was like, no. And I was like, give them here. And I'm out there in some gold-framed women's Ray-Bans with hearts on them.
That's hot.
Cutting this car open to get this fella out.
And this guy was sitting in the car like, help me. I'm like, I said, bro, you doing this with style.
Bruh. I was styling and profiling.
I'm sitting there with shorts and granddad shoes and t-shirt.
You and your damn Velcros.
I had memory foam, book, baby.
Memory foam.
Comfortable footwear. Don't hate.
Now, one call that I will say that I've had enough of. Animals in trees.
Yes. Now,
have you ever seen a dead cat in a tree?
Or who in the heck would call 911 for a bird stuck in a tree? We had that before too.
That wasn't too long ago.
No, I thought I heard it. I thought he said, I thought he said Barry at first. He said Barry at first. You called the wrong 911 number because we ain't dealing with that. Cause he come down, he gonna be hungry. He gonna be testy.
Oh yeah.
But sure enough, it was a daggone grown ass bird in the tree, just sitting there chilling. Just chilling. I'm like, okay.
We had a call in the Green Swamp when I worked up there 211-17.
I ain't going to Green Swamp.
Huh?
I ain't going to Green Swamp.
Well, this was all the way almost. It was right on our side of the Bolton County line. Car versus bear.
That car had to sit there.
So we get there. I forget who was on the truck with me that night. I get off. I grab a Halligan bar and a flashlight. All right. And I walked up, and the first thing I asked the guy. Well, I had something up with me.
I would call Elio and say, yeah, I better bring SWAT team because I ain't going there by myself.
So I don't remember if Elio was there or not.
I'm bad to the bone, but I like my bone and me.
Well, I'm from the mountains where, we got acquainted with bears.
I'm from around here, and bears don't like, they like dark meat.
The very first thing I asked him was, how big was it? He said, oh, it was a little thing. I went, huh? He said, it must have been a cub. No. I said, now I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I said, I'm sorry you hit the bear. I said, but I'm waiting in the truck. He said, why? I said, because if you hit a cub, mama bear ain't very far away.
See, that's people's size difference like kind of confuse you because when they say little bear, so that's when you need to come out. We're talking about like Boo Boo kind of small, or what's that dude from the woods? Smokey.
Right. Yeah, well, it was a Honda Element. Okay.
What's a Honda do in the woods?
It was on Green Swamp. It's probably coming back from
Smoking.
Probably.
Okay.
But anyway, it was a Honda Element, and it didn't even reach the top of the hood. All right. It barely went halfway up the grill. So I was like, okay, so that bear was roughly yay high. And he said it was little, and he still hit it, whether he could have missed it or not. This Halligan bar ain't going to do shit, but it's going to buy me a couple seconds. You know what I'm saying? So that held. My ass got back in the truck.
No, I think I choose between seconds and minutes and hours. And that's just like call wildlife.
I got right back in that big yellow truck, and I sat there.
I wouldn't got to. I didn't go in pieces. I'm like, you all right? Come to me, sound my voice. Oh, you got eaten. Put it in reverse, Terry. Be out.
Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse.
Full send. Out of here.
Oh, my God. What's a memorable call for you, Denver?
Oh, God.
Like a call that's not too awful serious.
I remember my very first structure fire call.
Oh,
I
shit.
never forget. Back in I ain't gonna say how long, but I was just a greenhorn. I was just starting in fire service, probably about 2-3 months in. So wet behind the ears, still trying to learn that layout. I just learned how to put air pack on like that day, and sure enough, what happened? we got paged out for a structure fire, which I didn't know what structure fire mean. All I know they said get in the truck and get in the truck now because they said fully involved. Or like what the heck, what is that? I thought grass fire because that's the only thing I heard in the back truck. We got fire. Like okay, cool.
Well, your first fire, when you think of fire, you're like candle.
Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty big candle because we got down in the neighborhood and I saw a damn flame shooting but treetops. Like, oh, that's a big ass candle.
He said that's a big ass candle. But go ahead.
But I got down there and all of a sudden they just jumped out the truck, left me there by myself. I'm walking out there, full air pack on, gear on. I'm walking past everybody, going, "Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing?" And they all just look at me like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I'm like, just new. And they's all in the house fighting fire. I walk past everybody, walk through steps. I'm just walking out looking around like, damn, this is cool. This is nice. All of a sudden, I looked down. My captain at the time, he looked at me and said, "Who are you?" "That's me." He yanked me down real quick. Said, "Get your ass out of here. What's wrong with you?" And yada yada. And so he said, so I got back in the truck and just sat there. Then he told me to go in the house and do overhaul, which people don't know Savage overhaul means. Savage overhaul means after the fire's knocked down, you kind of get all the stuff that's saved or not permanent damage, and you kind of put on a piece of plastic outside, or you take out house piece by piece. People have memorable stuff in now, like pictures or jewelry or something that the kids or the grandparents gave them. We try to get to them and say, "Hey, we saved this for y'all. Here we go." Or we kind of knock down the walls, we see the fire behind the wall because we hate rekindles. So anyway,
job security.
What happened? Oh, burning fire again. Well, damn, look at that. But anyway, so we got in trouble. We was heading back to the station, and my captain and that damn firefighter pulled the truck aside the road and gave me the attitude of a lifetime. And that's what I learned right there and then. To the next time they still got a truck, stay on their ass. So now here I am, a few decades later. Now I'm telling them, when we got this truck, training a new guy, when we get in his house, you stay in my ass and do not leave my sight for anything. So
and we lost a new guy over there.
Yeah, over training, over a controlled environment, and he fucked up royally. But yeah, anyway, we ain't gonna talk about that because I don't feel like I have high blood pressure on this show because right now my health is kind of.
I'm having this is like our release, man.
This show actually helped me release a lot of depression, a lot of stress, and like I might come to work just having a bad day and say, "Dude, hey man, let's do the episode." All right, I'm good. And I'm like, I'll be sitting at home just thinking the episode we can talk about and go from there.
Well, it's funny. Like this morning, like I wanted to do an episode, but I didn't want to come out there and be like, "Hey man, let's go do an episode." And then apparently you wanted to do one because you'd already thought about shit. And then like me and him, we walked in this room we're in right now, and we walked in and we just kind of looked at each other, and he was like, want to do an episode? And I'm like, yeah.
The bear shit in the woods?
In the green swamp, yes.
The infants on shit yellow at first?
No, they don't actually. They shit black.
That's racist. But anyway.
It's like a black tarry substance. It's like
I made it daddy feel like, what the fuck?
Bruh, the first time I saw it, I was like, is my baby okay? And then it goes from black to a yellow mustardy color with seeds in it. And then it starts going to like Anyway, this went way off track.
Yeah, we that's like that freaking damn Prime, that on Amazon Prime commercial. I was so
You still own that commercial?
Yes, I am. I saw that. I'm sorry, but when that's like the whole Batman thing, that's too damn long. But when I saw that damn dude going on an Amazon commercial and he wanted to tell me I don't use cocoa butter, I was telling a friend of mine last night about it, and she's like, "Well, how's that racist?" I'm like, how's that racist? I'm like, a black dude on there with Jerry Curl with
is she uncultured?
Huh? She don't get out that much. She's like, oh, how's that like? Think about what I'm saying there, and just looking back in the days. We went from that to change our names, to getting our foot cut off, and being sold to one dude to another, to Jerry curls and fucking. And you gonna go there? That's why I don't bring Pepsi. Yeah, it probably changed white because it's the Pepsi's black. He was black. He's just kind of like, no, I'm good.
Like polar opposites.
I spoke up to that girl, but
tried his whole life to be a little white woman.
Now look at him.
A little white woman.
Actually, we can't look at him now.
He ain't dead.
Hmm?
Him and Elvis is rocking
Right.
out somewhere right now.
No, they're probably smoking rock. I don't know.
No, I think they're more the. I don't think they're the drink and drive. I think they're the smoke and fly.
I don't. Maybe Elvis. He probably up in the heaven with a little pink Cadillac.
I don't think he's dead neither.
He's somewhere around somewhere pink, unless he's in something pink. Same thing. Mike Jackson with a little one glove on.
Where'd the other glove go?
Hmm?
I've always wondered that.
He's on eBay.
But it's unused. He been he-heeing with the same hand for years. You see what I'm saying? Something ain't right about that. Where the other glove?
I think DSS got it.
Oh shit. He went out for the milk.
He didn't come back. Anyway, but Jeremy, what was your first call you remember?
My first call?
Or the one call you actually remember that you never forget?
The one call that I'll never forget? Oh, man. We ain't going with that one because, everybody has that one bad call that you'll never forget. But we'll go with one that's a little bit more lighthearted. That was one of my first calls I went on. It was an overdose. And stories didn't line up. Yeah, overdose in this area. How about that?
Oh, it never happened. No.
And we get there, and again, green as shit, dude. This was my first big medical call. Okay. And I was like, all right, I don't know Jack anything. I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna do the best I can, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got in there. You know what I did?
What?
Not a damn thing. He was like, hey, go stand over there. And I'm like, all right. So I go over there, and he's like, all right, well, come here and do CPR. I did little things. I didn't do anything life-saving. I mean, it was one of my first big calls. And what had happened is the dude literally walked up on somebody's porch that they picked him up and they took him to their house. And dude walked up and just collapsed on the top step. So we're doing everything on the front steps, and that was literally my first call. I mean, that showed me a lot in how everything works. Now, my first fire call, big fire, Civvytown actually helped me more than my department I was with. It was the house over behind the biker church. And,
yeah.
When I showed up, I ain't going to say who it was because I don't remember, but I am not going to say what department they were affiliated with. But there was
you can't throw a name out there.
Yeah, but this fella ain't with this department. It's completely unaffiliated with everything.
Okay.
But the individual was standing in a fully engulfed garage.
That was on the first part. Okay. In
Crocs, shorts, and a muscle shirt.
Ain't gonna talk about that one. Fighting
fire. And I'm like, again, greenhorn, holy shit. This guy is really, so me and my partner go around the back of the house and we're hitting back here, whatever. Well, then I'm all alone and I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, something's not going in my favor, First big call, first time on air at a fire. And I'm sitting there with a hose just, protecting exposures, which is protecting the outside things. Then transformers start exploding. And then all I hear, I ain't even got a radio at this point. And then I hear from across the fire, where's Jeremiah? Where's Booger? Who's got him? And I'm sitting there like, I'm right here, Nobody could see me. Nobody could hear me. Nobody knew where I was. I just got completely abandoned. But I was a good little black helmet. Just kept right going, son. Turn around, and it was somebody from the department I'm with now that was there with me.
Never left his side.
And literally, that set everything in motion. I was like, you know what? That's never going to happen again. And I am not going to let that happen to anybody as long as I'm around. And now, me and him are training officers.
And we got to put on shift together. Lord help me. Don't you do it? I use an ungloved hand. Michael should have did it.
Cat-like reflexes. Don't get out.
Anyway. So anyway, back to the topic. So medical calls.
Medical calls.
Oh man, those are. I wasn't really big on medicals at first.
Hold tight. I gotta go get a drink.
Yeah. You gonna just leave doing the show. But anyway, I wasn't really big on medical calls, but now I'm like very more intrigued with them. Now I'm kind of like, all right, so I don't know. I think like they're more my calling than anything else. So medical call, like I said earlier, I don't really do the whole toe pain thing. What do you call 4 a.m. for a toothache, or my back been hurting. I said, well, scale 1 to 10, 10 be the worst pain you ever feel. I can rate the pain, or be a 2, but I want to go to the hospital. And they want the strongest drug you have. You kind of look at them going like, yeah, this dude's on some shit. So anyway,
my favorite thing is whenever they're passed out on the floor for an overdose, and you hit them with Narcan, and they come to, and they're like, "Oh man, I was taking a nap."
Or the one like be passed out on the floor and you give them Narcan and wake up and they're ready to fight.
Yeah, it's like
then we sit in the oxygen ball like, come on, get up. So,
it's like, I know you weren't taking a nap because you had no heartbeat.
And I don't remember seeing somebody snoring like that.
Yeah, it's like clearly there was no napping involved. You were dead, and we got you back.
You're welcome. Here's the bill.
And now you're fighting with us because we ruined your high. Yeah.
On a bad batch.
On a bad batch.
So you should be mad at them, not us.
Yeah. It's like, I'm
really
sorry I kept you alive.
I mean, I really don't like them calls because you got like they're making bad decisions. We gotta save them for their bad decisions. I mean, we can't just let them die.
Right.
But
and then we go back the next week for the same bad decision in the same living room with the same individual with the same needle. I mean,
they got Hep C.
Can't catch Hep C.
They're needle you.
Okay. Hep C is a liver disease.
You can get bad needle from Hep C.
I don't think you can catch Hep C.
Mm-hmm.
Hep C is like cirrhosis.
You have bad needle you.
I didn't even do that. Mm-hmm. You learn something new every day. I'll
tell you about it later. I'm just reason know why.
You got Hep C, don't you?
Nope. Somebody I know, dude. And yeah, wasn't too fun. But anyway, but on the medical call part, yeah. So, like, the difference, like us getting excited on a medical call versus a fire call. Like, how do you like? What's your expression, like your excitement level between a medical and fire call?
It depends on what it is. Okay, a legit call. I don't like using the word excited because that means in my head that's like, ooh, somebody's dying,
Mm-hmm.
But like the elevated like adrenaline, I think adrenaline's a better word to use.
I was about to say like, do you ever say that?
Well, that's why I don't like using the word excited because a lot of people that do not understand the industry, they don't understand the different terminology.
That rush.
The rush, that whole like, let's go do
shit. We got fired.
That's right. And it's not that we're happy that you're burning your house down. It's not that we're happy that you're laying on your porch overdose.
But our mindset get into a whole new high gear when we hear something like that.
You could literally be taking a nap, go 0 to 100
really quick. We aren't talking about like waking up from a nap, going balls to the wall to a damn fire, blowing down through real. Well, we ain't blow through real life, but like getting as fast as we can, trying to save the house as we can. Sometimes we make it on time, sometimes we don't, because depends how long dispatch completes out. Is what it is.
Well, now see, back to what you're saying with the adrenaline part, like the excitement. Okay, what I would go as far to say is I don't get more of a rush from either one. It's a different type of rush. It's like when we pull up on a medical scene. Okay, on a legit medical. All right, we'll say a cardiac or something like that. To that nature, it's like on one end, it's like, all right, well, first off, we gotta get our oxygen out. We gotta do this. We gotta do this. We gotta do this. We gotta do this. And we're gonna go in. We're gonna make sure we keep all the bystanders back. We're gonna go in and we're gonna make sure that the patient has this, 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 and this. There's a whole different checklist that goes into a medical versus a different emergency. But whenever a fire call goes out or a car accident goes out, at that point, instead of being like, okay, I need to have the medical bag, I need to have this, 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 and this, it's okay, I need to have my gear. What tool do I need to carry with me? Do I need a flashlight? Do I need a thermal imaging camera? Do I need a gas meter? Okay. Do I need a water can? Do I need this, that, and y'all?
And that's the thing that people don't look at when we go on scene, because we got to put 1,000 things ahead: what we need, what we don't need, what apparatus we need, what resources we need, what manpower we need. And the only thing most people look at is like, put my out fire and put out now, or get this person out of the car and get him out now. Some people don't really realize and take the time to think okay, we gotta get all this stuff set up before we get to the main course, the main meal of what's going on.
All right, go ahead and break the podcast. All right. While we're waiting on that to go ahead and process, that's going to take a minute. But one thing that, I will say, and this can kind of be an extra for the YouTube video, but the rush. Are we doing it fast enough? Because the general public looks at it and they're like, okay, well, he's taking time to tighten his suspenders. Okay.
And what they don't realize is that time we take out to tighten our suspenders is also the time that they also make sure we get home safe back to our families.
And I use the suspenders thing as kind of like just kind of a bullshit thing right there. But I mean, in reality, if my pants are too low, I can't move correctly. If my pants are too high, I risk getting burned.
Mm-hmm.
But in the same note, on a car accident, if you see me doing something with purpose, even though it does not seem significant, that 3 seconds that it took me to just pull my suspender.
You also got some of the firefighters got wear the damn gear way too damn tight, like they're wearing skinny jeans.
Yeah, I can't stand that. I have to have my stuff a little baggy.
I call them Chicago firefighters. They turn just look the dress to impress and but don't want to get dirty. They get dirty.
Right.
And I'm bro, we just fall full third alarm fire and you got not one smut on your damn. Well, they got smut on their face and it takes selfie. Look.
That's from this.
Yeah. They might be some burnt woods all this.
But see, what I'm getting at on that part though is that extra 3 seconds, that extra 5 seconds that we just took to adjust something. That's an extra 3 to 5 seconds that what?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. That's an extra 3 to 5 seconds that we're thinking, hey, okay, I've got the fan. Has it got gas in it? I've got the chainsaw. Has it got a sharp chain on it? Yeah, I sharpened that chain. That's going to take that 3 seconds of us doing something seemingly insignificant, but they don't know what's going on in our head.
All right, ready to do this again?
Yeah, let's go at it.
And 3, 2, 1.
And I'll say it again. We said it for the YouTube. That's the thing about the podcast versus the YouTube here. And I know I said we'd just say it for the YouTube, but I feel like it's kind of important to put in here, especially with what we're talking about. People don't think we're moving fast enough. Okay. So everything we do has a purpose. Well, not every firefighter, most firefighters, everything they do has a purpose. Even something as insignificant as tightening your suspenders or pulling your boot up one more time or tucking your pants in,
I'll grab your cell phone.
For some. And
fire health selfie.
But what people don't understand is, that 3 to 5 seconds that it took you to do this particular task that seems insignificant is 3 to 5 seconds to where you can double check something in your head on your mental list of things that you have to take care of before this incident is handled correctly. Did I word that right?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty a little more intelligent from my standard, but yeah, it worked.
See, I can get like that sometimes now.
Yeah, just a little too much, but but all right, I got an idea. All right, so we talk about the difference between. I'm going to test the theory a little bit on this one. So I'm going to do a rating, and we're going to see a rating from 0 to 10. 10 be like your incapacity or your excitement level of a certain call. And I'm gonna name the calls out, and I want you to give me your input. Like, I'm not for just gonna be numbers. Like, what level you think it'd be?
All right.
All right. Short fars.
Oh, that's a 10 all day. So like excitement, like adrenaline rush, that's like an 8 to 10 right there, depending on where it is.
All right. Rollovers.
Rollovers, and that's like a 4 or 5.
Roller with entrapment.
Now that's like an 8.
All right. Cat and tree.
Do I have to even go?
Lowest rating though.
Like a 1.
Okay.
Like with a cat in a tree, it's like, all right, I'm probably going to be put on a 40-foot ladder with a water can.
Yeah. All right. Missing person.
Missing person.
Search and rescue calls.
Search and rescue, missing person. Those are all over the place. Again, it depends on the circumstances. If it's a dementia patient, okay, if it's a dementia patient with a military background,
that's a 10 for me.
That's up there around a 10 because they revert back to the last thing that they remember, and a lot of times it's their military service.
So I'm kind of looking about them ones ex-military got dementia because they might turn full Rambo on us.
Right.
So we might go in the woods and see some booby trapping shit out in the woods. Like, wait a minute now, why does a snake out in the woods?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And why's the law just kind of hang on a string? Just like that something ain't adding up with this one. Let me see. I just had a train of thought, but I forgot what the hell it was. High angle rescue.
I've never been on one, but I can say I love ropes, knots, and stuff like that. So I would say a 10.
I can honestly say I've been on one.
Really?
Yes, I have been on one on I'm not gonna say the address, but it's on the side of the road. A guy was actually putting the street signs up way up in there.
I got you.
And his back went out.
Right.
So we had to go up there and do lower him down because we can't just carry him down. So we had to put him in the basket, set them 4, 5 to 1 and lower him down, which I thought was pretty cool. I think that's the only one I've been on. I'm pretty sure I think I've been on another one, but that's the only one we actually.
That was with the big G up there, right?
Mm-hmm, yep. That's when we all have certifications. We all been months and months in classes, like doing all kind of rope training. I mean, all different styles.
Elaborate on that department's training on that. Like their specialty with that. Elaborate on that so that they.
So, other fire department that I was affiliated with a long time ago, like they love to train, and their specialty is heavy rescue and rope rescue. So what I mean by heavy rescue means extrication. People call them the jaws of life. We got what we call them cutters, spreaders, rams. To cut up a car, bend a car, put them in knots, make a figurine, you name it. That was a big specialty. One is big specialty. The other one is rope rescue. Like somebody gets stuck in a trench, or somebody like stuck in a street sign, or somebody stuck in a rabbit hole somewhere, or a well. Which we have very very few of them right here. And they stuck down there, and we got to go down and get them. So instead of just sticking a ladder down there and hope for the best, we set up a rigging system to actually lower somebody down, rescue them, and hoist them back up. Oh Lord, I might lose my train of thought here. It is more in depth that we probably gonna have much time to talk about. Maybe another episode about when I talk about one day. But it's very very knowledgeable for us. Good to have. Yes, we might use it all the time? Most likely not, but it's one of the good things that is good to know and good to learn, because it's very cool to learn, and it's also very cool to actually understand the difference between how much a rope can actually take, or a carabiner, or a pulley, or a 8 plate, or whatever. I'm like, I can't even think of all the stuff, but it's very exciting. It's very interesting, how to watch, how that stuff works and how to set things up. A brake bar. All kinds of stuff. But what we were talking about, calls and ratings. So you got any calls ratings you want to rate on?
That's pretty much cardiacs.
Cardiacs, that can turn to a 5 to a 10 to me.
Right, I can see, because there's so many different reasons for a cardiac.
Yeah, we can get paged out to obvious death, and you not do nothing. All you kind of sit there and say, "Okay, they're gone," or you go in there and get ready to work your muscles and start beating on somebody's chest.
Mm-hmm.
And you pushing drugs, you're gonna be bending the chest, you're gonna be bagging them, you're gonna be doing the work. I mean, cardiac is more work than you think it is. You think fighting fire is work at cardiac one time. It's not about like doing 1 to 30, 2 breaths, all this stuff. No, it's a lot of information you got to take in doing the cardiac. You got to make sure you do everything precisely right.
And just like you said, it's information.
Yes,
like it's less physical than a fire, but there's more mental exercise in it.
Yeah, because before you push a drug, you got to know what it take, what it done before they got there. Are they allergic to anything? What kind of drugs they allergic to anything? What they drink? What they what kind of like. Well, that pretty much all of it. Like pretty much yeah. So, but like you can push the wrong drug and say, oh, and he's allergic to amphetamine.
Yeah,
and
they can be now. Whenever it comes to being allergic to a drug, they really kind of weigh the options, because if you're allergic to it and you break out in a minor rash, you're getting that drug. Now, if you break out in full anaphylactic shock,
turn to like a Red Hulk,
and your airway is compromised, you're not going to get it.
No, and once the airway is blocked, you're pretty much done from there. So now we got to figure out, then you got to get drug for that to open the airway. Instead of trying to stick a cane down the throat, and all of a sudden that's going to be, now his throat all scratched up, and yeah, the cane airway is a breathing device.
I thought you said a cane. No, I was like, what?
No, I don't think putting a cane down the throat is going to help that situation.
I was like,
no, king.
Does he mean kings?
No, king like royal king.
Do they even use kings much anymore?
Not anymore.
They use iGels and iGels is the EMT version. That's just the adjunct.
It's like a modified king.
Is it?
Pretty much the same thing, but king takes a little too long. iGel.
Well, no, I'm saying an iGel is an oral not. I think that one's the one that's considered an oral adjunct, but that's an EMT basic skill versus a paramedic skill.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Because basic skills, if we got airway in it, you're going to use it.
Right.
And what's the other one?
You got your oral pharyngeal and your nasal pharyngeals.
No, it's the one with the long. I forgot. I have my.
I can't think of the name of it, but I know which one you're talking about, because it's got like a camera and everything, and they can just
stay in there and put a stem out and there. Yeah, I forgot the name of it.
I can't remember. It's if anybody listening right now knows what it is, feel free to comment, because I'm at a loss. I know what you talk about. I've seen it used a million times. Oh man. The one time that I do remember, like, that'll always stand out to me, we had a elderly lady. She was a dementia patient. And when we got there, it was cardiac arrest. And I don't remember which department it was with. But anyhow, when they pushed in that particular airway, they had noticed inside of her lungs, she had started eating her diapers. And she had inhaled. Was that with this department? Or was that I don't remember.
Yeah, it was here.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. Yep, it was.
Because that must have been when I first started then. But
I don't think it was different. No.
But anyway, she had inhaled some of the beads inside the diaper, and it had expanded in her lungs. And it was a very tragic day for that family. But I mean, that, again, you never know what you're walking into.
That's like one time we walked into a cardiac arrest, and this dude had like pretty much like the big ass water jugs you can like get the machine, the big tub of them. He had like 8 or 9 jugs full of piss. Like, he did not leave his room. He's one of them gamers that he didn't go to the bathroom. Yeah. I walked inside. I kind of looked around like, why did you got like apple juice everywhere in this damn room?
Why he drank so much apple juice?
That's a thirsty bitch. And I'm like, oh, that's not apple juice. Wow. That dude really had to pee.
A lot. Well, I think we pretty much covered our differences here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with it.
Well, so everybody that's listening, thank you for listening. Everybody that's on YouTube, thank you. Hopefully we can start doing this YouTube thing more. We'll get more viewers, followers, comments, concerns.
Spread the love, spread the joy, and get us out there. We're trying to make this big, and not too big, just enough to just get us noticed.
Oh, it's gonna grow or it's not, but we're gonna be here either way. This is something that I know I have truly found a passion in because
You're welcome.
I don't even want to talk. You know what?
I told you about it for a long time. Let's do this, and you're like, I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. Batman.
Which one?
Robert Pattinson.
Do you really want to turn into a dang on FBI show?
Dun, dun.
Big. Don't get me started on freaking Batman, because Batman is that the Batman.
All right, so we're gonna roll on this episode out with a closing.
The suckiest freaking movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
We're gonna say thank you to all our viewers
Brief.
this time, and our followers, and the people listening for the first time. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. I'm one of your hosts, Jeremiah.
And one of the hosts, Darren Stanley, aka Token, aka Denby.
Roll us out.
As always, you call, we haul. Stay blessed.